Now it's time to roll into the greatest series in the world, Cleat Heat. It's time. It's time, Tony. Pull up
It,
the cleats, man.
it is cleat heat time.
It's
There we
time.
go.
Things are getting cold out, but cleats are heating up.
I
Devin
believe the
has
first.
a
I believe the first one is Mr. George Pickens. There we go. First one, we got George Pickens. So we actually did a full-length YouTube video on George Pickens in his game day gear, and at the very end, I teased. I'm like, guys, he's gonna wear these cleats. Stay tuned. They're not. He hasn't worn them yet, but he's gonna wear them. He finally wore them here in Week 13. So these are inspired by a pair of Jordan 8s, and they're red, obviously. Really curious if the NFL is going to have an issue with him wearing these red cleats because technically one of the logos or one of the little star diamond things in that Steelers logo is red. So can he get away with wearing red cleats? What do you guys think? You don't think so? Too much red?
They're gonna make a big deal out of it. Not publicly, obviously, but they're gonna come after him for it.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see. I'm waiting. Yeah, orange mouth guard. But I'm waiting to see if he pulls these out again later in the season. If he doesn't, I think it's safe to bet that the NFL kind of cracked down on it. But if he does, he might be able to get away with it because this kind of reminds me of the Kyler Murray situation last year, the year before. I think he still does it sometimes, but he's wearing yellow cleats just because that little bit of yellow in the beak of the Cardinals logo. So I wonder if this is kind of the same loophole as that, or if the NFL is going to say, yo, Mr. George Pickens, get rid of those ASAP.
If freaking Steelers players are out here wearing blue, black, red, yellow, white.
Chase Claypool did it last year.
Yep.
He had some Jordans. They were mostly yellow, but they had blue and red details on them.
Really?
I remember
Yeah,
that.
it was really subtle,
remember that.
but
It looked good.
it was. I mean, it's neat. I don't know if it really looks great. What are we doing in the best looks, Tony? What are we doing?
Sorry.
All right, next up, we got Deebo Samuel, who just dismantled the Philadelphia Eagles, 3 touchdowns. Huge night for him, and these
Yikes.
cleats right here. So these are cool. I couldn't find a picture of him actually wearing them because he only wore them for pregame. But black Air Force Energy, black Air Force Energy, black Air Force One football cleats. I mean, perfect cleats for this. Deebo.
Yep.
All the bad blood between the 49ers and the Eagles from last year's NFC Championship game. He pulls up in the black Air Force One football cleats, brings that black Air Force energy, and just runs and receives all over the Eagles defense, and they just slaughtered them. So,
Yeah.
perfect cleats, really cool execution. These were done by Sean the Don, our guy, and love these cleats.
Yep, those are sweet.
Next up, we have another pair of pregame only. Couldn't get a picture of King Henry in these, but these are a purple and gold pair of LeBron Zoom Generation inspired football cleats. These are really cool. The details on these are fire. These are done by Coda Customs. You guys rock with these?
I like those.
Yeah, they're cool.
Those are
Are they my cause my cleats because of the purple?
See, I think they are, but I don't know if they have any cause really associated with them. They have some writing on the back. I can't remember what it was. But if it is a my cause, my cleat, it's really subtle.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing Coda make a post about these that they were my cause my cleat related.
There's a similar
suede?
purple pair. There's a similar purple pair that he's
I
sent me.
know D Hop's purples were a big
Oh, I think that's the one. The other one I was thinking of.
Yeah, his were used in commercials and for the NFL and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure I saw a Coda about these. I'll look it up later.
Yeah, we'll check. Next up we got. Oh, geez, what was his name? It's a common name. It's AJ Green. His name is AJ Green III, but he's not the AJ Green we all grew up with and enjoyed watching for the Bengals. This is AJ Green on the Browns. So he's wearing a pair of Timberland, Nike, Supreme, Air Force One cleats. There's a lot going on there. But 'tis the season. It's time to pull out the Tims. And these
for all you East
cool.
Coasters out there.
Yes, sir. East Coast. I got my pair somewhere.
Imagine the day all the New York guys start wearing Tims on the field.
Dude, I wish they would. The whole Giants roster, I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
We'd never lose a game. You kidding me? We're curb stomping everybody on the rest of our schedule. We're going
until
to
Deebo Samuel and the black Air Force Ones comes
dude,
in, and you guys are
what
done.
do you do when a pair of Tims meets a pair of black Air Forces, dude? That is impossible. But
it's a collision course waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's a rock versus a what is it? What is the saying? It's a
immovable object versus an unstoppable force.
Yes, that is exactly what I was looking for. What's next on Cleat Heat? Do we lose it? Where'd it go?
No, I'm just going back.
Okay, we cool.
Tony's on it today.
Yes, he is. Next, we got Sauce Gardner. So these are cool. If we go to Mosh's page, I don't know if you want to do that. He did a post on these, Mosh275. They came with like a sauce bottle that's got all the bling and whatnot on it. There it is. But these are pretty cool. I mean, they're nothing crazy. They are, I forget what the cause was. These are a pair of my cleats, though. I think it was something about gamers. Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, just look at the little bottle in the laces. He's putting his sauce in there. I mean, there's a lot of detail that went into these. I think they're really cool. And look at them shine, bro. That's crazy. Gamer Outreach. Yeah, those are pretty nuts, though. So shout out to Sauce. These are pretty cool. What's next? Ooh, this one's one of my favorites. You got, dude, Jameson Williams, man. I talked about it last week, I think. His cleat game is unreal. Like, if I could just pick any NFL player's cleats to, like, raid after OBJ, it would probably be Jameson Williams at this point. So this week he pulled out a pair of Nike Diamond Turf 96s that I believe these started as a pair, like a sample for either, I don't think it was the Ducks. I think this was a K1 sample pair that he somehow got his hands on and had repainted in Lions colors, and there they are. That's so cool. These are fire.
Yeah, Jameson Williams to me seems like one of those guys where he's really in touch with what he is wearing, especially his cleats.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a guy who I think is reaching out to people to get a hold of certain cleats that he wants.
Yeah, dude, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, because you could go the route that a lot of these players do where they send them off to their guys to completely reconstruct them and customize them and make them look completely different. But he is putting on like actual different silhouettes from Nike every single week.
Nah, he's getting the real deal, man. He's fine. He's a source somewhere, bro. He's got a plug. The stuff he's pulling out, I mean, first the Vapor Ultimates, was that last week or the week before?
That was the week before.
Either way, I mean, those and now those are two cleats like I've never seen in person in my hand, and I've seen just about everything. So
right.
This dude's he should start a football equipment page. He can have mines, bro. The cleats he's pulling out, unbelievable.
He might take you up on that.
Imagine. I just wish he'd get rid of the baggy like half sleeve look. Not a fan. Or quarter sleeve. Next up, we got Tariq Woolen. All right, so he was seeded a pair of those silver promo LeBron 4s, and then he sent them to his cleat guy and had them painted all black, which kind of cool, a little bit different. I feel like we've seen those LeBron 4s in that silver colorway absolutely everywhere. He got his hands on his, and I think he wore them, and then he had them repainted black. So kind of a cool look with the throwback uniforms, because obviously back when these uniforms were being worn, you know, a lot of guys were just wearing black football cleats. This was before we had all these crazy colorful cleats. So just a really nice touch to these throwback uniforms. The black gloves, black cleats, and then they're LeBron 4s, which, you know, we've talked about a bunch already. These are sweet. Evan, I know this is your boy. What do you think?
I like it. The black, we talked about it before, but for some reason, obviously white accessories would look very, very good with the throwbacks because there's primarily white in the numbers and the accents. But for some reason, black just looks perfect with throwback uniforms, especially those ones, because he wore black, Gino wore black, Jackson Smith wore the silver LeBron 4 cleats, which looked sweet, but it has black on it, so it looks great. I like it. Like you said, it matches the era of back then. They were wearing black cleats and black gloves, so I think that's a cool touch. Yeah,
it just gives it like a nice authentic feel to the uniforms, which is always really nice. And then also like they're modern because they're literally LeBron 4 football cleats. So excellent execution from Mr. Tariq Woolen over in Seattle. Next up, we have a pair. This is a My Cause My pair. Whoa, this is a My Cause My Cleats pair. These are a pair of Converse Customs. I can't remember what the cause was on these. I'm sure we could blow it up if we had to.
Bullying.
Okay, so yeah, we're stomping out bullying. Nice. But this is Curtis Samuel, Washington Commander. He wore them in pregame. I don't think he wore them in game, even though he probably could because they're just black and white. But obviously,
you could wear any of them in game.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, what am I saying? Good point, Evan. Glad you're here. But regardless, these are a pair of Converse Customs, which I always think is really cool because it's just such a nice classic touch to see a nice old Chuck, on the football field. But I don't think he wore them in game. This is the only photo I could find of him wearing them. So, yeah, enjoy. What do we got? Okay, so this is Grant Delpit, one of my favorite guys since LSU. He's such a cool player. His drip every single week is outstanding. this week he pulled out a pair of designer inspired football cleats. So I'm not totally in tune with the designer shoes, footwear stuff. I talked to Coda Customs, who is the guy who made these cleats, and they are a Mason Margiela. Hopefully I said that right. Shoe. It's cool. It's unique. It's different from the usual basketball silhouette. So I figured it was worth tossing in here. I'm sure some of you like true, lifestyle designer guys out there can appreciate these a little bit more than we can. So I put them in there for you guys. Hopefully you guys think it's cool. You guys know anything about these or no?
I don't.
Yeah,
that's a little outside my realm of sneakers that I do know.
I was just about to say this is a little bit outside of my tax bracket to be knowing about those types of things. So unlucky for me, but Grant Delpit, shout out to you, man. He's
Cool.
been a long time supporter of the page, so big fan of his.
I like that they're different than your standard sneaker
Yeah.
adaptation to a cleat.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, so I figured, hey, we'll toss it in there. And like I said, Grant Delpit's been a huge supporter of the page for a while. He's talked to me a whole bunch since his days back at LSU, so shout out to him.
Shout out.
Shout out Grant Delpit, LSU legend. What do we got?
It looked like that was George Kittle to me.
George Kittle, 49ers tight end George Kittle? The people's tight end, the man himself?
He's so fun.
He's a fun guy. So these are a pair of my Cause My Cleats. Obviously, they're Jordan 1s. I meant to find a better up-close picture of them. I think the cause had something to do with pets. That is really vague, and I apologize. But I think there were paws on them. So
my cleats.
Shout out to all the pets out there. Did he get a nice photo for us or no? Look at him blocking Darius Slay, beating up on the Eagles. How sweet of him.
Yeah, it looks like paw prints on the back of it.
Yeah, so shout out to all the pets out there. You guys have pets?
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
A lot.
What do you got?
Tony, go ahead. I'll let you start.
Oh, I thought you were talking to them.
You got a moose up there?
Nah, I don't have a moose. I have a dog.
No moose? No meese? Moose?
No
I
moose.
got a pit bull.
You have what?
Nice. I like pit bulls.
Oh, that's sweet. I used to have one. He has since passed, but that's sweet.
She's a meaty little thing.
Yeah, that's cool though. I didn't peg you as a pit bull guy. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
My dog is also a meaty little thing, but he's like a hybrid Chihuahua looking thing. I love him to death, but he's a little turd.
Sounds about right. We have two Goldens over here, so pretty fun.
Oh, yes. Golden
They have the same color as me,
dog.
or same color hair as me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Twins.
All right, what do we got, Evan? Bring us home.
Bring us home. The my claws, my cleats is a great initiative. I'm glad that we get to look at those ones because do they do it the month or is it just the week?
It's 2 weeks, so it's weeks 13, weeks 14.
Okay, so we've got one more week. We'll see what's coming up with that next week.
Yes,
but
sir.
It's really cool that the NFL allows them to do that and to expand. Of course, it's for a bigger thing than just wearing custom cleats on the field, which is great. But the initiatives are great, especially the ones like George Kittle's. I don't know. For some reason, the ones about animals seem to kind of hit a little harder, which is weird to say, but I don't know. Just how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,